Okay, we are now in the last level. You want to, while loading in, shoot this as fast as possible and grab the energy you're missing. While going through this corridor, you want to do as many crabs as you can to get as much speed as you can. If you're a god, you land on this railing without getting stuck, and you run up and jump and then double jump to get all the way up here. If you can't do that because that's quite hard, you can land on either that round thing or the sides there. Gonna demonstrate that. Just shoot these to help. So let's say you fucked up and you couldn't land on that railing with speed. Just get here, line it up, because if you run up here you just get stuck, as you can see, because these are in the way. So run on the right side of this railing. So while just running up the railing, jump, double jump, and try to land on either these things. You can land on this round thing. There's a lot of things you can land on this side. So normally these wouldn't be aggroed, so they wouldn't be here, they would be back there. There you can just ignore them and jump down. So right here there isn't that much tech. You can try to pan as well as you can. Just crab your way through without bonking on things like I just did. And just try to go as fast as possible. And you want to go through this hole. Something important, you don't want to land over there because that's where the water is. So you want to land somewhere like further down. It seems counterintuitive, but you really don't want to land in the water because you just die. So from here, you just run. You run into the water, don't worry about the shoes running out of time, they don't. Then at the end, do a jump. And then do another jump. And then from here you can do a double jump, or you could have panned to land a bit better. You run down. To be really optimal here, you can do one pan, double jump, grab, double jump, because the grab resets your double jump. But either way, it's going to be easy to land on these metal grates. Okay, so this is where we get to learn Ikaruga skip. Ikaruga is the name we made for the boss, which is further ahead in the level casually. But we are going to learn how to skip her. There's two ways to do it, and I'm probably going to show both. But I think the way I'm going to show you first is both easier and has a higher chance of not bricking your run. Actually, I'm going to show it three ways. There's a bitch way out to do the level as well. Okay, so you get on this pipe. You can just run off here. So no jumping, just run off. Because if you note, if you jump off these things, you fly outwards, which is way worse than just running off. Small tech involved with the magnetic plates. So there's an invisible wall right here. You want to jump and get on it. And then you want to jump and get on this metal thing. If you fall out anywhere here, you have to redo the entire level, so don't do that. Land on this metal wall. You run, jump, and then double jump to get on this pipe. From here you just get up, and yes, it's very beautiful. A lot of lens flares and stuff. But from this pipe we want to run this way, so that's between east and south, and then start panning. Start doing crabs, and you want to do them as good as you possibly can, because we want to land right here and then do another one. We're going this way towards this like big things, and then use your double jump. Don't go too far right because there's an invisible wall there, and if done correctly you will land over here. This is probably very difficult if you're not good enough at crabbing it, but if you are not, you will see that you're landing too short. So this is the way I came from, and this is where the plateau starts. So sometimes you will just fall and die here because you didn't make it. So this starts us all the way back over here, and we have one more attempt before we end the game. So I'm going to show the easiest bitch way now. So if you landed there, you're at the end and you just run to the end of the game. And that should be fairly easy to understand by watching any other run. The end triggers when the screen goes black. So we still have to go out of bounds here to do the really bitch way of ending the game. So you want to go here again. You want to go here again. And you want to go towards, do you see this giant, like, this big pillar? That's actually the elevator thing that you do at the end. And something you might already question is that, yes, we skip the cannon and the level transition. So we're going to complete the game when the actual final level is unloaded. And you'll get a really big clue of that if you go over here. So if you go over here, you can see that the level's sort of like borked. We just want to land here. Do not land inside. Just land down here. We're right next to the pipe. The pipe is right there, so it should be really close to the pipe. And by running in here and then running in here, we are now in or outside of the level, both. And here you can see this is where you do the final climb. So this is not the fastest way to climb upwards. The fastest way is to run upwards, jump, and then when your face is turned upwards, you do a double jump, and then keep doing this. And there's a frequency you can do it at, which is the fastest. So here there's no tricks left. We just run to the end of the casual way. Oh, yeah. Haven't done this in a while either, so there's a small tech thing you can do at the very end if you're doing it this way instead of doing the hard skip. And I'm going to show that before continuing on. So we're at the end. You can see the hole there. If you run off the ramp, you'll be more in the air. So you want to jump now and then double jump, bonk your head so that you land as soon as you can, and time is when the screen goes black right here. So those are probably the two recommended ways of doing Ikaruga skip. When we did it, this is the more intended way of finishing the game, so we don't have access to ESC anymore. If you did the skip the fastest way, you would have access to ESC, and the game would be pretty borked right now. So we're just going to Alt F4 and then start the game again to get back to where we want to be. So I'm going to do it once more, and I'm going to do the skip as it was intended. And again, every time you start the game, you might have to just reset the audio. That's just a feature of the game, I guess. So we're going to have to do the level again. This time with I'll explain less of it, I guess. And bear with me, my voice is dying because I did all of this in one day, which wasn't a good idea. So again, you're trying to land on this with speed, and then run up and jump, and then you'll be up here. I had way too much speed there, so that was not optimal. That's another case of going fastest is not the most important thing. The most important thing is being smooth. All of the movements being smooth and tying together in like a beautiful package of valley speedrunning. So we keep going. We go here. We don't want to go all the way down, so you can bonk here, or you can start holding S earlier than I did. Don't have to worry about the boots running out there. You just jump. Jump again. You can do a pan here, and then you'll go through the hole perfectly. But you might mess it up and go too high. so it's not very recommended. We'll do this again, do a pan, jump, grab, jump. Then we go advance as fast as we can. Make sure you don't fall down. Make sure you don't fall down. Run off. Go here, double jump, get on that. And I know it's hard to see with all the blur, but you see this pillar? Start doing crabs. Try to gain as much speed as you can. And then run off. Do another one. And then just guide yourself. Make sure you don't hit the invisible wall to our right, because that will slow you down. And below us, we will land here. And again, if you did it badly, you will fall off. So just keep attempting it. And now we just want to keep that momentum we had. And we don't need our engine anymore. So now you can use it for double jump to do double pans. And now there's a bunch of ways to finish the game. You just need to run into these rocks. And some of them have collision and some of them don't. And if you look at the world record runs, you can see where they're going. But in general, there's a bunch of ways to end it. And when the screen turns black, that's when the run ends. And because we did it the borked way, not through the climbing and the ending sequence, we can now use ESC. And if we, for example, travel somewhere, everything just breaks, which is always fun. Yep, and that was the run itself.